Yeah, man, people, welcome again to the channel. Thanks for being here again. Thanks for taking the time out of your busy schedule. Bless up to everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Good day to each and everybody. But especially for the new ones, welcome for the first time on this channel. I'm here. You don't know, doing another mid-afternoon video. It's supposed to be released, but since it never released early this morning, some topic actually jump on board as well, which likes of Doja and Whisper Richards. Yeah, finally released some fresh evidence that he's back on the grass. So I'm going to give my takes and have some details around Doja and Whisper Richards, and his academy team or the development team of Chelsea Football Club. But Leon Bailey, Saga continue again. Richard King arrived in Scotland yesterday, in front. You will say that in front some of his teammates as well, in front his teammates as well. They played a game as well. The coach have something to say as well. And Richard King did a little mini interview to St. Miriam website as well. So everything will be in this video, and as well as the international FIFA ranking. Oh my God, what a devastating crash for the reggaeboyz as we falling down the pecking order for the FIFA ranking as well. And am I missing anything? No, I'm not missing anything, but I will jump in it right after this. Look, yes, Doja and Whisper Richards, I'm happy that the player finally came out and actually post some pictures that he's back on the grass, full time. Yeah, it seems like he's removing from his rehabilitation that he had. No, it seems like he's ready. He's back and 100%. Seems like he's ready to go. So it's all about fitness, getting that strength back, getting that feeling back, which every player want to have that feeling with the ball at their feet, having a full training session with the squad as well. So it's evidence that he's back with the development squad or the academy, whichever you want to put it. But there are some things that look, there's some accounts around Chelsea, youth teams, and some accounts, on different social media platforms where the accounts are responsible for posting updates on Chelsea youth teams. There's a lot of Chelsea fans that every day, since, or not say every day, but every time when something posts about Chelsea academy team, especially the team that Doja and Whisper played under in the last couple of months, you say probably the last 12 months, there's always questions there. Where is Doja and Whisper Richards? What is happening to him? The player just gone, goes like that. No, we've seen the fresh evidence. He's back in full with the academy team, with the development team. And I'm going to say that the development team expect to be in Belgium, China, and then the Netherlands. I saw like there's a friendly schedule. They will play Bramley and stuff like that. I don't know if that is the EFL, like the EFL knockout cup competition, but they will actually play Club Brugge in Belgium as well. As what I'm telling you, with reports that the team will travel to Belgium, the team will travel to China, the team will travel to Netherlands as well, and the team official game for the friendly preseason. For the preseason, the official friendly preseason game will kicks off July the 18th. So let's see what's going to happen. But I mean, let's stay close, let's stay tuned to see if any news will come out that will the player play another season in the academy, or will he be out on loan? Whatever is the plan, we will all get the news, we will all get the updates, and guess what, I will be bringing to you as well when I hear any more news and Doja and Whisper Richards are film. But for now, the academy team expect to travel to China, Belgium, and the Netherlands, and their first preseason game expect to play on July the 18th. So that's it for Doja and Whisper Richards. I'm really happy that the player is back. Look at the pictures. The pictures just look so fresh, 4K pictures like we have never seen the player before. But talented player, want to see him back on the grass, want to see him do well. It's a World Cup year, and you know what is at stake as well, to the importance of him playing minutes from the get-go. But hopefully he's right up there in terms of ready to hit the training ground 100% and get back his full fitness back. But move on, Richard King finally arrived in Scotland yesterday, where his team actually played a game, but the coach have some very insightful things that you need to touch. You need to talk about Richard King, and this is what the coach have said after the game that they played yesterday in St. Mirren.
Richard King now in with the group. How pleased are you to have him involved?
Delighted to see him. Obviously, he couldn't come with us due to the visa regulations, but Richard's played a lot of football in terms of international football. So we won't train fully until Friday. We won't involve him in the game Saturday, and we'll look to build him up through the following week and perhaps being involved the following Saturday. But he'll have to adjust to Scottish football. It's certainly a little bit different than the pace of Jamaican football. So we believe it'll take a little bit of time. We've got a very, very good asset, pace, strong, and it's now teaching him the game a little bit more and enhancing that asset. Very similar to Richard Taylor. Reminds me a lot of Richard. Very good on the ball. We need to keep working defensively, but he's got all the attributes to be a big success.
Stephen, thanks for your time.
Cheers, Steve.
Yeah, so the coach have said, look, for the game that coming up on Saturday, I think that's the 12th, they will be playing, a League Cup game on Saturday, and then they will play on Wednesday. I think there's another game on Wednesday the 15th, and there will be another game on the 19th, which he said Richard King expect to be somewhere near anywhere around that game. But for next 2 games, he will nowhere near the squad, so they're expecting him, to stay out for the next squad and get him ready. Get used to, the climate, get used to, the squad, get used to Scottish football, and everyone knows it's a different level from the JPL to Scottish Premier League, and those 4 teams that they will play, in the next couple of games over the next 2.5, 3 weeks, they should get out of that zone. They should get to the next round, because they are playing lower tier teams in the Championship of Scottish Football, the League 1 and League 2 of Scottish Football. So hopefully they can get in the next round. Richard King can have more games against these lesser opponents. But for now, the next 2 games, expect Richard King to be out, and he should be somewhere near the squad next week Saturday. But he just looked fresh in the black and white, as if he's same way in the Cavalier Football Club jersey. I understand. But Richard King also said this, to the St. Mirren website, that I'm very excited to get working with the boys and the coaches. It feels like a good place to be. There are some good lads and some nice people. And he also went on and further statement and said, from my little time here, I can see the team is like a family. Everyone is close, really works together. So I think it's really nice here. I know I'm in a good place, and I think he do know that he's in. I think he's in a very good place. He will get his game time. He will get his opportunity there. As the coach said, he's a very, very good lad, and I'm already comparing Richard King with another defender, that once used to play for the football club as well. But I understand that everything, should be good around Richard King. Let's see what will happen for Richard King. But another thing, there's a contract situation where Richard King signed a 2-year deal, and I was watching Ryan LFC. I'm gonna tell you where I get it. So I was watching Ryan LFC last night, where he was talking during this podcast, and there was someone that commented that Richard King signed a 2-year deal. Must be that the club don't really trust him, to give him a 2-year deal. Let me just say this. For clubs outside of Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen, and probably, I don't know where should I put it, Clermont, but for the top 4 teams in Scottish Premier League, you don't really get long, big contracts. You don't really get big contracts, and Richard King contract will expire in 2027. If you look at the rest of the squad, there's only one player so far in the squad that his contract runs from 2025 to 2028, and that's a young 17-year-old that they signed from the U18 January, the winter transfer that just passed by. Everybody else's contract finish is either going to be next year of 2026 or it will be 2027. These clubs who have shoestring budgets don't have a big wage budget where they can give players 3 to 5 year contract. You understand? There will always be an option on the table for the club to extend the player contract. But it's not like, look, as much as League 1 football, it's not up to the standard of the wage bill of Championship in England. These lower tier teams in Scottish Premier League, they cannot go toe to toe with League One teams, So this is the budget that these Scottish teams are, currently working under. So you have to put a lot of things into context and have the understanding of what is going on. But these clubs cannot afford to give players 3 to 5 years. If the player is not matching up to his standard, they have to go and find himself a new club. They don't want players to stick around and hang around on high wage, long contracts. A lot of these clubs cannot afford that. Just like how clubs operate in England, League One and League Two, 2-year deal, 3-year deal, and that's it. You really see players in the lower tier teams in the Scottish Premiership that will get 3-year contracts. You understand? As less they have a lot of investment in him, or that player have a lot of value in him. Just like the 17-year-old player that Richard King team signed in the winter transfer season the other day and give him a 3-year deal. He's 17 and he's already have the transfer value just as Richard King, 250 grand. You understand? So that's what I have to say about the FIFA rankings, man. The FIFA rankings, it's shambles. Like, the US star, they kept their position. Mexico went up. Canada have their best FIFA ranking is 3rd. They went up as well. Panama went up. Costa Rica, they kept their place as well. The reggaeboyz, they went down. And Honduras, they kept their position. But for some reason, the Guatemalan team went 1 place down. I don't know how is that, but El Salvador went up. You understand? A lot of these clubs in the CONCACAF region went up. The teams that played in the Gold Cup, they all went up or keep their position. But for the reggaeboyz, we fell down the pecking order, and it's just not good. The FIFA ranking is just not good. I mean, look, it's good to be, among some of the best, especially in the top 30. And with the likes of the players in this squad, the coach that we have, we should be trying to hit the top 50 marks, going into the next FIFA World Cup. But let's see what's going to happen. But again, Leon Chippy Bailey, the news on and off the pitch, it's just not good. And this is what the Aston Villa bloggers, this is what the Aston Villa, YouTuber / a journalist was on the panel, and he was giving his takes on, Aston Villa transfer news, and this is what he said about Leon Bailey.
And then just quickly on Bailey as well, and I know it goes against the grain, and I feel like I'm just bringing you doom and gloom, unfortunately, but despite these reports suggesting Neom FC and Leon Bailey going to be completed this week or really close, that's downplayed from sources that I speak to. It's not to say that Neom FC are not interested in Leon Bailey, but the deal is nowhere near as close or done as has been suggested. And some of that is down to the fact that Neom FC are a newly promoted side. They don't yet have their central budget from the Ministry of Sport in Saudi Arabia. They don't know how much they can spend. And even though everyone presumes every single Saudi club has got a bucket load of money to throw at players, some of these smaller or developing clubs, even if they're bigger long-term projects, they have a internal starting budget for everything, fees, wages, agent fees, of less than about £10 million. And if they want to do a bigger deal like Bailey, 25 million, Premier League wages.
Leon Bailey, I saw even a report, I don't remember one time, I don't know if I can find it, but probably like 2 weeks ago, that there's a possibility of the Aston Villa to keep an hold of Leon Bailey. And this statement goes on and said, look, Leon Bailey will go to Saudi Arabia either towards the end of the summer or in the January transfer window. And Samuel Ellen Jr. will be given the chance to prove himself after a breakout season with Middlesbrough last season in the Championship. But that journalist said, a lot of people think that the deal was so close with Leon Bailey, with Neom, newly promoted team. At the time, they yet to get, their budget, from whoever the organization for Saudi Pro League, to know what will be the financial status going into, the Saudi Pro League, coming from the second tier of Saudi Pro League football. So, that's it, for the video. That's it, Leon Bailey. Look, it's just not good time at this moment to be publishing stuff about Leon Bailey on and off the pitch. It's just a ugly scene, and I don't know where to go, but I'm going to leave off the field issues. That's not my situation, that's beyond my control. But what I'm in control with is what is happening on the field. I can report on that, but what is happening off the field, that is beyond my control, you understand? But that is it, people. I will be back, sometime tomorrow again. Thanks for checking in, thanks for stopping by. On your way out, like up the video, comment, subscribe, do everything you want to do. I'm out. See you guys another day tomorrow.